the light on.
11 with Jenna. 11 with Jenna. 11 with Jenna. 11. Who you gonna call right now? 11 with Jenna. With Jenna. 11 with Jenna. Right now. 11 with Jenna. With Jenna. It's 11. Who you gonna call right now?
Good morning, everybody. What's happening? My name is Jenna. This is 11 with Jenna. I am here 7 days, 7 nights, 14 times a week at 11 a.m. and p.m. Eastern Time. So wherever that is for you, whatever that is for you, it's always 11 somewhere. I love that you're here. If you are here, let me just see if anyone is here. Patty Loman is here. And Julie Luce is here. Thank you very much, Julie. Gracie, Mama Grace, I love you. Wow, neat. I'm going to make this public really quick. Hold the wire, everybody. Why won't it let me do it? That's strange. Okay. Edit privacy, public. There we go. And I am going to just do a quick post right here. I'm doing this all quick because we have a lot to do. But, okay. Yeah. I'm doing this. And I'm doing that. And how are you guys doing? What's going on? What are you eating? What are you drinking? Have you taken your supplements? Have you taken your medications today? Edit post. I'm posting, and we are ready to roll. Tonight, Poetry Glam. Tomorrow morning, we'll do a little yoga. We'll do a little meandering. Tomorrow night, we meditate. Tuesday morning, Patty Loman. Tuesday night, Andy. Wednesday morning, we have a guest. Wednesday night, community. Thursday morning, Michael Keel. Thursday night, what is happening this Thursday night?
Coming this Thursday, lives will be changed forever. 11 with Jenna presents Coronaroki International Limited. Bring your best, just stay home. Live from her state-of-the-art studios, the Lily Pad, broadcasting from space and around the world to each and every home. 11 with Jenna.
The next going to be here. I'm going to
Be there, or you will be talked about. 11 with Jenna. Coronaroki International Limited this Thursday.
That's right. And then Friday morning, Armando, and Friday night, Displaced and Share. Saturday morning, one more Saturday morning with Jeff Metzger. Saturday night, one more Saturday night with Gary Lambert. And right now, right here, right now, I have someone waiting on the line I'm super excited about. She's been a nurse for 36 years, but she'll correct me with whatever I'm saying. And I've known her for a very long time because Dave, her husband, Dave Maki, left the planet on 10-10-10, was a musician, was a sound guy, had a recording studio. We made records, we hung out. He and my brother Nino were like this. And I'm really honored that she's here today, and her life has gone on and done really incredible things. And she's a frontline worker working at a hospital here in town. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce LeeAnn Maki Bartz to 11. There she is. Hi, you got it. We do. Wow. I finally even have David Bartz that's watching this show right now. You've upped my level of coolness. Lower corner, maybe unmute. See where the little microphone icon is?
Got it.
Hey! Hi!
Hey. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
On your day off?
I get 3.
You get 3 days off.
Yeah, I have tomorrow off too. Martin Luther King Day.
So, wow. Hi. I can't get. We haven't had a bonfire opportunity, or I haven't. So now I get to sit here. This is my bonfire. Welcome to my bonfire.
I like your bonfire.
It's warm. It's nice. I like that photo
Are
back.
you here in St. Joe or in California?
Well, I'm kind of wherever. What are those? Those are cool.
Those are photos I took of New Orleans, of
Nice. I kind of
French Quarter.
get.
Yeah.
I know. Can't wait. It's the longest time since I was 22 when I first went to New Orleans. This is the longest length of time that I have not been to New Orleans.
Crazy.
Crazy. How crazy is it for you? And you can stay here, just so you know, you asked me how long does the show go? It has gone as long as 15 hours. So be prepared. But if you only can be here for 15 minutes, I totally understand.
Okay, well, as long as we're having fun talking, it's fine with me.
Good. Do you have coffee or tea or something available?
Water.
Water. Okay.
Mhm.
So you're a nurse. When did you know that you wanted to be a nurse?
Well, for me, I think I just had friends that went into nursing and encouraged me to try it. And once I actually became a nurse, it was just more meaningful to feel that I was helping people and not just serving food, which, not that serving food is bad, but I just
You
felt,
were a server before that.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All naps, baby.
Oh, you
So
were naps. Ooh, that chocolate cake. Do you know they still make it?
they do. They make these donuts that I'm not sure we ever had, but yeah, they call them donuts.
So you worked at that Bill Knapp's over there?
I did. Yeah.
My grandparents loved going to Bill Knapp's.
Yeah. It was a great place in the day, but
How long did you work there?
like I worked right out of high school. I think I worked there for, I don't know, 5 years or so.
Wow.
Just go back to school and became a nurse. And then once I started being a nurse, I just felt like I had the meaning of what I did, right? I helped people, and that felt really great. Actually, I was thinking when I started nursing, that was when the start of AIDS started, right after I got out of nursing school.
Wow.
Yeah. And that was very, very scary. We were very frightened. No one knew everything yet. We thought we would all die if we got exposed. So that was a pretty scary time to enter. That's when we started wearing gloves all the time. We didn't wear gloves all the time before that. So crazy. But then I became a certified wound ostomy continence nurse in 2001. And that's when I think I felt my passion for nursing. I really loved helping those patients. So
yeah, your title is long. What is it?
CWOCN.
RN. Wait, but there's more to it than that.
Well, a BS, a bachelor's degree, RN, then
RN.
CWOCN. Mm-hmm.
So is that your main gig right now?
About 3 years ago, I switched to care management. So now I help patients with what they need to go home. And I've learned a lot about insurance and what insurance does and doesn't do. And
so you go in and sit with the patient and their person, hopefully, if they have an advocate. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Not as much with COVID. We talk to a lot of family. We go into the rooms, but we limit, how many people go in, and try to make it needed at that moment, if that makes sense. But so there's a little more. And I thought about this. I wanted to say it's really hard now with masks all the time. It's very hard to help patients, especially if they're hard of hearing or they lip read. It's gone. So it's very hard to
One of those masks where you can see through.
No, we have to wear the surgical masks.
So you can't do anything.
Yeah. And if they're
They're
COVID,
just looking at you like,
yeah.
if they're what's the protocol for a nurse if they're COVID? How do you,
So
what do you wear?
They wear what's called an N95. So you either have to wear one of those masks, which there's a couple options in the hospital for those, or you wear, I'm not going to remember the name, you wear these shields that go over your head and connect to a battery, and it recirculates the air just for you, so you don't get any outside air exposure.
I want one of those.
I've seen some people, we had some workers that changed out windows, clear windows, so we could actually see in the rooms, because they used to be frosted and you couldn't see in the room without opening the door. So they made them clear. And the workers that did that, one of them had this, it was a little bit smaller helmet thing, but he had his own.
I've seen that. There's one that looks kind of alien, like to wear on a plane.
Oh yeah, probably.
When I'm on the plane, I'm like, rah, 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 rah. But I was like that 5 years ago, 10 years ago. We have to do something really quick. Are you ready?
Okay.
Would you like to dance?
Sure.
There are 11 people watching right now. So whenever there's 11, we I have to show you one thing that I'm wearing. I'm wearing these in homage to you.
Okay. Bells. Yep. Bells Brewery.
They're my beerings. My friend Jess made them, and I go, they're beerings. And she goes, oh my God, I hadn't had a name for them yet. I go, yeah, they're beerings. Because you're an Oberon girl.
I am an Oberon girl. I have a pair of those that are Oberon, actually. Yeah.
You and they didn't do it as quickly this year. The unveiling is stalled, I've been told.
Oh, I haven't looked. Wow.
Just so I'm letting you know beforehand.
Okay.
Okay, so you wear this big thing.
Right. Yep. And to go in the room with a mask. No, if you have these shield things on, that's what you wear.
And how do you get to choose if you're going to wear a shield or not?
I think the nurses that are going in and out more, and it's kind of preference. Some people can't wear that because of claustrophobia, right? They feel like they can't have that shieldy thing on. So it's partially preference. If you're doing a mask, then you need some sort of face shield or something else on top of it. And then your gown and gloves. So it's a lot.
Has it changed? Have the protocols in that department changed from the first 2 weeks to now?
The first 2 weeks of COVID?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as in the hospital, there was only one unit that those patients were on in the beginning. They took them from Niles to St. Joe. They called them hot zone buses. They had people outside the door that watched you put your equipment on and make sure you had it on right and got things for you if you needed it. And then we had to expand to a bigger unit. And then finally, it's probably been close to a year now. The patients just go everywhere in the hospital. So if you have a hip problem, you go to the ortho-neuro unit. If you have, you go to the unit that you need to be on. And we just have COVID rooms and other rooms all over,
So there is a designated space for COVID patients. It's throughout the hospital.
Yeah. We had to stop that. It was you couldn't keep that up. And we're all used to it now. So they don't have the people watching you, and I just think we've gotten used to it. So it's all over, and yeah. it's a hard time to communicate with families and to communicate with patients. And I think part of the reason we started this talk for me to come talk to you is families, particularly families that are angry. They're angry, they're mean. There's a lot of denial. And I personally think there's guilt. If they were not believing in the vaccine and didn't get it, now their family member is sick and some of them are still dying. So it's very difficult. And, we have families that put stuff on Facebook and complain and say stuff that's not necessarily, it's their perception, but it's not necessarily true. So it's very difficult to be in healthcare right now when you're under this magnifying glass and these people are bringing this extra baggage of guilt and denial, and it's hard to help them.
So how do you have that? Do you actually have that conversation with them in the hospital?
Usually not. I have started saying to patients, there's a pandemic right now, because it's hard to understand that you're not going to get the same choices you got 2 years ago. Nursing homes are full, understaffed, there aren't beds. People used to be able to choose where they wanted to go, and now we have to go where there's a bed. So it's very, very hard for people to understand that they don't have choices. They have to go where they need to go. We can't hold them in the hospital forever because it's a nursing home that they don't want to go to.
So as far as they're in the hospital and then they want to go to a rehab or such forth,
yeah,
it's not available.
Yeah, they're hard. They're hard to get. A lot of the nursing homes, patients that live there, so they do rehab and then they have long-term patients there, residents. Most of them, I'm pretty sure, have been vaccinated, but there's still times, right now with the new variant, a couple of the nursing homes at least are having COVID outbreaks again. It's really hard to manage.
Have you had COVID?
I have not, to my knowledge. Vaccinated and boosted, but I have not, unless I had really mild symptoms and didn't know.
And do you test on how did the nurse, what's the protocol for nurses, doctors going in?
We have to do a survey every day on either when we get into the building or we can link it on our phones. And we have to do a survey every day that says we have symptoms or we don't. If we have symptoms, we have to call the occupational health and we have to be tested before we can come in. And I had to do that once, but I was negative. I just had a cold.
And then in California, I believe they're just telling nurses that even if they have COVID, they still have to go to work. Because
Yeah.
Are there less people working on your floors?
I know, I'm assuming that this fact was a Lakeland fact, but I know there were like a number of over 100 to 200 people out. I think we're lessening. It used to be we had to be out 10 days if we were positive, whether we had symptoms or not. I think the CDC just lowered that to 5. Yeah. So it's, it's about a week you're out. If you have it.
But as far as the number of nurses that are working on, is it that there are just so many people there and there are less nurses, or there are just the same amount of nurses, but the place is at capacity?
Yeah, I think we're at least 110% capacity.
What does that even mean? I'm not a math girl, but 110% doesn't seem like a really positive number for that particular conversation.
We have 190 some beds, so we have over 200 patients admitted. I think the numbers go between 70 and 80 COVID positive patients of that group. So close to half of the admitted patients are COVID. So nursing wise, sometimes the units have been short due to people out. They do have a few nurses that come in from the outside, agency nurses now and then. They're just doing their best. We're all tired. They're tired. So they're just really doing their best.
And as far as I'm not going to say it right. The government sending in special units to support. Are you seeing that here?
No, not here. We've been able to do okay. And I've seen things on the news. I don't know of Michigan getting that now, unless it's been in the Detroit area. Yeah, I don't know.
Michigan is one of the 6 states that sees it, but not here.
Yeah, not here. When we got our vaccinations, when they started vaccinations, they had people from the reserves that came. There were people there in uniform assisting. That was an interesting experience.
Are you having, these are questions this is one from Julie Luce. Are you having to work more shifts or hours due to staffing shortages?
In my position, I'm salary, and we just work short because in case management, there aren't very many of us anyway. So we just work short if we need to. But yes, the hospital, I think they might be doing some mandatory extra shifts. They, unfortunately, what's happened with COVID is hospitals are paying more money to get nurses to work. So I don't know how long the whole hospital system can do that, because it's money they really don't have that they're paying to get people to work. But I think nursing on the floors that are critical are working extra shifts. Yeah.
And you work all over the hospital, I would imagine.
Ken, I'm centered kind of in the surgical floor. So because of my CWOCN, I know a lot about those types of patients. So it's a good fit for me to be there. So I'm mostly on the surgical.
And I mean, we can talk about the vaccine, non-vax. Are you seeing, can you kind of guesstimate a percentage of people that are in vaccinated, non-vaccinated?
Yeah, it's still in the 90% that the patients admitted with COVID, they are unvaccinated, in the 90% range or higher. I had someone tell me the other day, I said, we used to look in your notes and we could see if they were vaccinated and unvaccinated, and it's not in the notes anymore. And the person said, we're tired of writing it because it's most of them, they're unvaccinated.
Here's a question from AJ. Have you experienced vaccination pushback from fellow nursing and or staff, doctor staff?
There are some medical people that don't believe in vaccines, I think in general. They had to get not a waiver, I can't remember what they called it, but they had to fill out a paper to keep working at Lakeland because they are mandatory now. But I don't talk to people about that working in healthcare, but I think that now that there's just so much real evidence that if there's only 10% or less of your COVID admitted patients that had a vaccine, it proves that the vaccine works. It proves that the vaccine saves lives. So you can still get COVID, but your symptoms will not be as severe, and it's very rare that you would die.
And do you actually have David Bartz? How does that happen that a healthcare professional be an anti-vaxxer?
I don't understand.
I mean, there's science.
I don't understand. But there have been people in the medical profession that they don't believe in the flu vaccine. So I think it just carried on from that. And people that don't believe, that think that autism is a result of childhood vaccines. So I think there's people that have those beliefs and it's carried over to COVID. And then unfortunately, I know it's a bad word on your show, but unfortunately it also became political. So
It's not a bad word. It's just, I just offer a politically free place because, you can go to your left, go to your right, go up, scroll to the right, scroll left, and that's all there is. And when I started the show, I was like, can we just talk about, some soap that smells good and not that I'm in denial, because girl, I'm in it, but I like to have my cinnamon and my tea. Question from Dan. Does the hospital offer counseling for healthcare workers? And is there PTSD referring to ICU and losing patients? Is there a place you guys can go to be like?
Yeah, there's counselors that we can always go and talk to them. I think I actually talked to a person I work with last week that is doing some counseling. Sometimes we've had a couple group counseling sessions. They come around and they're bringing therapy dogs around to try to give a moment of, let's just take a break and get back to connecting with another being and feeling good about it. So they bring therapy dogs around. I think they're constantly trying to think of things to decrease stress. But there are some nurses that are kind of feeling toward the end, they're just feeling the stress so much they don't want to come to work, and I would do anything to support them. It's a really hard time.
So how are ways that we can support nurses and doctors, and what in this particular, even right here where you are, how can people? Oh, and Dave Bartz said, why no therapy cats? He's a cat man.
To say I've never seen a therapy cat. I'm sure they exist, but I haven't seen them. I know a lot of nursing homes will have cats. So
how many dogs do you have right now?
Personally, I have one, Bowie the boat dog.
Okay, Bowie's so cute. Bowie loves the boat.
Bowie
Lily's been on a boat. Well, we were on a boat once and it started to sink, so we had to get rescued by the Coast Guard. It was going, Mayday, Mayday. Who's on board? One adult male, 2 adult females, and 1 female puppy. Mayday, Mayday. And they came out into Lake Michigan and rescued us on a big boat.
Wow.
But Bowie digs it.
Yeah, he loves
Bowie
it.
the
He loves it. Support people in medicine, in healthcare right now. Get vaccinated. The world wants you to get vaccinated. And be kind. I think be kind and look for information from good sources. And we all need to learn what insurance and hospitals do and don't do, because the community is expecting us to help with social issues, and we're a medical hospital, so we can't help social issues. We can help you with your health. And what that means is you can't come in the hospital and say, I can't take my mother home. I can't take care of them. I don't have money to take them someplace. I'm not going to take them home.
Ah, I see. So once they're ready to go home after COVID, the
Or
family
anything.
may be scared to have them at home.
Yeah, but it could be even without COVID. It could just be they've been very ill, but if their insurance won't pay for them to go somewhere, and the only places for them to go home, we'll give you resources, but we don't bring the hospital to your house. People don't understand that they're just in the hospital until they're medically stable, not until they're strong and back to their baseline of who they are. So we need, the community we need to understand that, and we probably need to educate more so people understand that.
Well, like the 2 programs that I can think of here, PACE being one, and Area Agency on Aging. For instance, my mom, Grace, if you don't mind me outing you on this one, is part of a program that, because she's watching, she's part of a program that they keep elders out of the hospital, out of the senior centers. because it's better for them to keep them at home.
Yep.
So they offer her, there's someone that calls every month and she has different assistants. We got some bars that we were able to put in. Thank you, Jerry. But I mean, there are those programs, but you do need your family to help. And a lot of people don't have that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm getting a couple of different things. For instance, my friend Rob Morocco, he's in Canada. He's getting ready in 2 weeks for his 4th COVID booster, or his 4th vaccine.
Oh, yay.
What do you think of that situation here?
If we'll need another booster?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the things I've been hearing, and I'm not reading a lot about it because I don't want to, but yeah, I think they're saying that it's probably every 6 months is what will happen. It will be kind of like the flu, but we'll have to have vaccines potentially twice a year, boosters twice a year.
Canada does send nurses to homes, and that's free for them, which is great. My friend AJ says, how do people counter the argument that we can catch it even vaxxed and boosted? I mean, it happens.
Right. Breakthrough cases happen, but they don't die.
Right. So a booster for life versus booster for life, Julie. Okay. Or unless you want to die. Okay. Then, or get really sick. I'm a long hauler. I've been sick, since I got sick in March of 2020. I never got over everything. And I have a counter full of supplements that I take every day. And I talk to my doctor once a week. That's not cheap either. But I don't like the way I felt when I got the booster.
Yeah.
Terrible. Oh, I got a fever for a day. Yeah, okay, but that or be on the pipe and possibly die, right?
Yeah.
Am I overthinking that or overstating that when I say that?
No, I don't think so. And obviously you can still get sick. I have, a nurse friend and another friend who were vaccinated. I think they got COVID before they were boosted. One might have been boosted, but at any rate, they were still very sick, and they still are it's taken them a long time to get back to normal. But if they hadn't have had those, they most likely wouldn't have made it. So
yeah, I got sick before the vaccine happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously. But one more. Did she notice more community? I mean, there may be more, but did she notice more community support in 2020 versus now, where the public just has had it and healthcare workers feel as if they are alone?
I think that's probably true. We would have signs, and there was just a lot of showing support, especially before vaccines, for sure. I had family that had a sign made for me to put on my front yard when it was really hard in the beginning. I don't see as much. People would bring in food. I don't see as much now.
Are people allowed to do that? Bringing in food? I mean, if I made cookies, can I send them with you? Or, I mean, seriously, what?
Most of the time, what I've seen is people have called and said, I want to donate lunch to this unit. And so they've paid for it and arranged for it to be delivered. And yeah, they've done that. And we do get food items brought in still sometimes. Yeah, we do, but not as much as 2020.
And you're working harder?
Oh yeah. Mental stress. Yeah. Oh, it's a lot harder.
And is there any way to test for antibodies?
I know there's an antibody test. The one you take at home, actually, that's what it really is. It's saying you've been exposed. It's not really testing for the virus. So that's what the test really is.
Yeah, the pill that's coming out where you can take it home. Can you go to Tim Horton, McDonald's, still free coffee and tea for all healthcare workers? Can you say I'm a healthcare worker and get your coffee for free?
Oh, I don't know. I know McDonald's did that for quite a while, but I'm not a huge
maybe. Well, speaking of, what did you have? Did you have breakfast yet?
Yeah, yeah. My husband made us some fried egg sandwiches. They were really yummy.
Nice.
Yeah. And I had my cup of decaf.
And what happens today? What's your typical day off? So you have today, you had yesterday off, today, and tomorrow. What do you do?
We're putting away Christmas. I still have Christmas trees up. So we put 2 bedrooms away yesterday, and we're going to work on the kitchen and another bedroom today.
Bedrooms? You put Christmas in every room?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, we have like 7 big trees. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
So someone at Tim Horton, what is there what Bonnie, I heard that the test is broad and doesn't specifically test for COVID. What department again? Can you oh, there's another nurse on, my friend Michael Keel.
Oh, hi, Michael.
Carlin March says bring cookies to the environmental services second shift because she's hungry all the time. 7 trees. Are they all artificial trees? Do you do all real trees?
They are now. Yeah, they are now. Yeah.
Where do you put it all?
Well, there's 2
I mean,
tabletops.
when you're done, where does it all go?
Oh, they go down in the basement. When I move, there's more Christmas stuff than anything else.
Are you moving?
No, but I've moved a couple times with all of it, and it's a lot.
Because
Yeah.
it's all Christmas. Is it all in big tubs like Christmas? Because I have, like 2 tubs, and I think, oh gosh. So you must have a lot. Do you decorate the bathroom too, in the kitchen? Yeah. Has that always been a thing for you like that?
Yeah, I started. I'm trying to see if I can get that.
Ooh,
I started it.
So next Christmas, you're going to be on the show.
Yeah.
Do you decorate any other holiday?
Not really.
No. Yeah, Dave says you can't have too much Christmas. Dave, when are you going to be on the show? Wouldn't that be a fun show to have?
Yeah,
be part of?
I would. Yeah, he should be on.
Do you guys have any other questions? What are you having for lunch?
I don't know. We're doing smash burgers for dinner.
Smash burgers. And have you had a vacation at all?
Yeah, people, yeah, absolutely still get time off. I had time off in the fall a little bit, and some long weekends. Bruce and I met his kids in Kentucky at the beginning of December.
And how do you excuse me, how do you move about in the world? Are you pretty contained at home and doing your
Yeah, we don't do a lot. We usually have a Christmas party, and we did not have it in 2020, but we had a small version of it this year. So there were just 16 other people here, and I knew they were all vaccinated and boosted. And if anyone wanted to wear a mask, they could. We wear masks when we go inside any business, even to take my dog to Motherly Love. I'll put a you do Motherly Love. Yeah, we wear masks whenever we go inside.
I have them pick her up outside.
They'll do that. Yeah.
She gets her mani-pedi there. Mani-pedi booty, they call it.
They're so sweet there. I love them.
They are great. Vicky's awesome. They're all great people. Do you have anything? I mean, what can you tell us? And please educate us in any way possible. Because I know there are people on here that she's sleeping, Dave. She's back there underneath about 9 covers. There are people on this show and other people that will watch it later that are anti-vaxxers and people that believe, like Rob is going to get his 4th. Nurses and pharmacists can prescribe medication in Canada. Does the US allow that as well? Nurses and nurse practitioners can prescribe certain medications.
Yes. Pharmacists cannot in here, in our country.
Yeah, you can go to Mexico for that, Rob.
Yeah.
Whatever you want. But you in Canada can get whatever you want too. We can all go to Canada. But I mean, really important to get vaccinated and boosted.
Really, really important. It's really important. And it's you know, a lot of people will put things that you can read on Facebook and other places about, you know, like polio or other diseases that viruses and diseases we've essentially gotten rid of, because when a type of vaccine became available, everyone did it, right? Everyone did it. So the fact that we are kind of behind the curve and we didn't is making this last longer. So if we want a chance of a normal life again, get vaccinated.
What what was I going to ask you? I'm going to ask you to do something else with me after. I can't do it today because my iPad's not charged, but I need to do a private interview as well that I'll post on my Patreon page. In the hospital, when someone is sick with COVID, they're allowed one visitor and just that one throughout their time. Is that correct?
For the most part, that is correct. If they're dying, they do let more people come in. We've let dogs come in. So in the very beginning, before vaccines, it almost always was just one person. It was heartbreaking, but we certainly let more people in now if they're going to die in the hospital.
And you see a lot of that.
I think our ICU does. I'm not there all the time, but I hear other departments, you know, our physical therapy department works everywhere. And I hear them say, you know, how many people died in the last week. And it's usually more than one for sure that die in the ICU. Mm-hmm. It's the most death we've seen. Some days it feels like we're working at on a MASH unit, like the TV show almost, you know. We're just trying to make do and hope that everyone stays alive.
That's not how it needs to be.
No, it shouldn't be that way.
Vaccine.
Hey, sometimes
wear capes, most wear scrubs.
Yes. Yep. Well, so I don't want to be boring and go on, but I would love to come on your show again sometime and talk about continence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dave wants to know who plays Hot Lips.
Not me.
I don't know. So what would you want to talk? Tell us more. Elaborate a little bit so we can get some other people interested. Talk about.
Well, so the specialty continence or incontinence. So helping people that can have urinary or fecal incontinence. And
it's exciting.
Things you can do so you don't have leakage. Mm-hmm.
This is really exciting because there's actually another, and AJ, who's on Sundays, says you can have his slot anytime. So if a Sunday works for you, that's cool. This same conversation has happened with a friend of mine where we've talked about incontinence and just bladder issues, UTI, the whole bit. And as you get older, what happens? Yeah. Yes, please. Oh my gosh.
I would love to. Yep. Okay. And I have, at one point, I've kind of given it up right now, but I have taken pictures of bathrooms for many years and I want to do a talk on bathrooms.
Really?
Uh-huh. Because they're so crazy.
You mean, I've always loved, you mean like the fascination with bathrooms?
Well, they're just some bathrooms that are so odd and crazy, and the stuff that is up in bathrooms. I mean, I've been to a bathroom in New Orleans that had just two toilets right beside each other. Like, what is that all about?
You mean like two people just walk in and go to the bathroom?
It was locked. I don't know. Why do you have two toilets in a bathroom?
I've seen that some one of these new movie stars that nobody knows who they are. You know, they're just somebody. I don't mean to be mean, but they're younger and I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
But they're husband and wife, and they have his and her toilets that are like yin and yang.
Yeah.
No, it's not a bidet, they're toilets. I'm fascinated by bathrooms too. When I was a kid, anytime we'd go to a restaurant, I wanted to see the bathroom.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and there's some beautiful ones, but it ends up that the pictures I've taken the most up are ones that are odd or different, or
So
yeah.
I can share my screen with you, and you can actually show those too sometime. We can work on
Okay,
that. All right.
yeah, that'd be fun.
So LeeAnn's going to come back. Anytime. I mean, if you said, "Hey Jenna, what's happening?" Because there are days where I don't have anybody, and it's just me sitting here rambling away. Yes, please. I used to work in endoscopy in St. Joe. What department do you work in? I work in local clinic doing triage nursing. Susan Diederich is asking.
Asking what I work in?
Yeah,
No.
where you work. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I'm a care manager on the post-surgical unit.
So cool.
Yep.
Those who sit together, shit together. That's true, I guess. I've seen some crazy bathrooms in traveling around the world, but I've never seen two toilets in the same little locked.
Uh-huh.
Where was that? What bar?
It was a restaurant in the quarter, and the bathrooms were on the second floor. I think it was there. Well, there were two there that were odd. There were two, I don't know. I just happened to go to these crazy bad bathrooms. They're usually bad bathrooms. But what I do, I take pictures of. No, people probably think I'm crazy, but I have quite a few pictures. So yeah, we can share some.
Right. How long have you been nursing? Tell them how long you've been nursing.
1984 is when I graduated. I was 2.5, not really.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So everybody that get vaxxed, right? That's a good way to end this.
Please.
Do you have a letter for me? I'm going to sing you a song.
A letter. F.
F. Oh my goodness. Have I ever done F? F. Oh, David Bartz. And that's a good question. Do you have a funniest nursing situation or experience?
Okay, so I used to work in the recovery room for many years. And if it was at night, you'd have to have 2 recovery room nurses come in and recover the patient and take them to the room. And so we were sitting there, it was like 2 a.m, and we were trying to remember a name of a particular song. And the patient hadn't been moving, doing anything, hadn't answered us. And probably conversation went on for about probably 5 minutes. And finally the patient went, "Eye of the Tiger." That was the name of the song we were trying to think of. It was awake. Okay, well, you're going to your room.
No, you're out of here. You're ready. She is so sweet. And many people are thanking you for your service. I thank you for your service and your friendship and your time on your day off. And I hope the smash burgers are awesome. And you let me know whenever you want to come back. So F, F, F for LeeAnn, F, 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 I will say, hey, thank you very much, all of you. David Bartz, I'll do more than that. I'll give her a standing ovation, and this one is even longer. See, they're clapping for you. I know that's loud. So stay safe, stay healthy, be real nice, and I think I will add this to my song. Get vaxxed. Oh yes, get vaxxed. And all of you just have to ask LeeAnn, and she will be back, and we will talk about anything having to do with a bathroom too. Oh, thank you, LeeAnn. Oh, thank you. Please say hello to your family. Have a fabulous thought from your mind. Funny words from your mouth. And always, always, always a really fit heart. Thank you.
Bye.
Love hard, everybody. Bye. Real hard. So cool. Oh, there are 11. We're going to dance one more time.
Jenna.
Okay, we're down to 9. Well, let's dance it out. Tea tonight will be reading poetry. David Bartz, are you a poet if you don't know it? Thank you, LeeAnn. Bye now. Thanks, AJ. Real.